It's the last day of the month. Today is the 20th day of February, and the year is 2023. Tumemaliza mwezi wa mapenzi na tunasema sasa kesho tunaanza upya a new month. Welcome to the Focus Group. My name is Sharon Paul, na hapa ndani kama kawa tuko na Thuku Mwita. I'm being part of the family. Follow us on all social media handles. Find us on YouTube at Thuku Mwita Thuku and Sharon Paul Media, as well as on Facebook at Thuku Mwita Thuku and Sharon Paul SP. Please follow us, leave a comment, let us know the trajectory and the flow of the show that you like us to go in, so that you can be part of this by leaving a comment and letting us know where you're watching us from. Mr. Thuku.
Yes.
Going straight to our topic of discussion today. Kuna swali ambayo tuko najaribu kuuliza. Does the government know its direction? Marake for one, juzi hapa tumeona kama there are three main topics that are going around on both social media and mainstream media. China Square.
Yes, Bwana Sharon.
Karibu sana.
First of all, before you get to the China Square thing, the end of the month of love. Maua sio lazima ununue tena.
Kama hukupata maua samahani, ngoja mpaka 2024.
Ngoja hii mwaka ijayo. Lunch ili kwa madogo. Tuache hii chakula 7,000 na ni lunch time bwana. Wanaume wameumia.
7,000 unajua ni
talking about rent imefika tena.
Hey man. Hapa ndio ile siku una post pizza kwa status of the first person to view landlord. Anakuambia hapo jienjoy, kungoja.
Wanangoja pale.
Vibaya sana.
We only hope anaitwa Chini ama anaitwa nini
huyo China Square.
We only hope hata ikija
manake si operations have been halted.
Yes.
And they indicate that still further notice. So yes. I think there has to be discussions with the government. Yes. The same government ilimpatia idhini na mastakabadhi zote kuanzisha kufanya biashara yake.
Yes.
Is there something that we are not seeing on the face value of all this?
The problem with you, Sharon, is that you keep putting me on this crossfire line that that's a bullet fast.
Walisema hakuna mtu ambaye ataweza kuhukumiwa.
Before we move on, there's a soundbite I would like you to play. When this government was being sworn in on the inauguration day, I would like you to play that soundbite where the deputy president explicitly, is it? How do you say that in English?
Hivyo tu.
So basically he said nobody will be persecuted by any government agency for criticizing this government. And today is the day I think this government will be put to task by the focus group. Because we are seeing some things that are not so quite government-like. Let me say that. We know we've heard so many things, and the year is 2023. Which century are we in?
This is the 22nd century? Or are we still in the 21st century? This vitu tuliacha kwa darasa bana.
Buda and school fees yako. So basically what I'm trying to say is that within this year, it was allowed in the past years. It wasn't allowed, but we were not we were not in the 21st century. You guess? Yeah. Or the 22nd. We are in the year 2023, where democracy and our brains are better matured than they were. So we do not expect some things from any government. And this government is really giving us issues to digest. because wanatupatia mawe to digest, because we do not get how. First play sound that soundbite and let us hear the deputy president speak on
government without fear of reprisal from state agencies. You'll manage politics the conventional way through persuasion and reaching out.
It's coming.
I want to give a word on behalf of our president that you are free to criticize his government without fear of reprisal from state agencies.
Thank you very much. So now our deputy president told us that we could question them on any matter that we feel like is not going
right.
That is not going right.
And criticize them without fear or favor.
Without fear or favor.
Of being.
So we should not be expecting any SSU walking through that door. So this is what I'm saying, Mr. Sharon.
Yes, please.
I do not know if this government is playing as some, those karata. Tafuta pesa ile ya kuzungusha hivi. Because I do not understand how a foreigner will come into this country, set up shop and start running. Do you know how hard it is to start up a kibanda pale nje? Kibanda ina mpaka roof. Do you know how hard it is? Unasumbuana na kanjo, unasumbuana sijui na Kenya, umeingia kwa barabara yao. So I do not understand how a foreigner came up and came into this country and set up a multi-million shop. And only 3 days after the shop was running, that is when people are coming and starting. First of all, who said we could start stealing? Because that is stealing. Who said we could stop people from doing business, take other people's property in this country? You see? So first of all, I think we've gone beyond with the judiciary. I think the judiciary should step into this and first of all protect private property. You remember the same thing I told you about KDF. Nobody is saying what is happening is wrong. But is it happening through the right channels? Because the next time now, the CSCs, umefungua, I do not know what business the CSC is in. But the next time, a politician sets up a barber shop somewhere, and Sharon comes and set up another barber shop somewhere. So what will stop them from saying Sharon is charging 20 shillings, whereas I'm charging 100 shillings? You get my point?
I get you.
So basically the same tactic that was used now. Please, Kenyans, be very careful. Because whatever you're seeing this government is doing to this Chinese guy, it is the same thing that will be improvised to you. It is the same thing that will be done to you. But we do not know if this is shenanigans. Maybe this is diverting us from the real problems. Because I do not understand how even the Chinese guy came and served up this. Aliekelea tu hizi mamilioni. After 3 days he's been shot. Atuski kelele mahali. First of all, tulisikia the PCS's home was being raided by thugs, and I asked you a question.
Actually, I was coming to that. This is the third most powerful person in the country.
Exactly.
Ati nyumba yake ilikuwa raided, and I don't know. This was a diversionary tactic to let us forget about njaa, wale watu ambao wanakufa northern corridor from bandits and hunger in the northern part of Kenya. And then I think this one didn't go maybe as the choreographers of this issue wanted. And then kidogo tunasikia nyumba ya...
We got a season 2.
Yeah, season 1 episode 2.
Yeah, episode 2. Exactly.
Season 1 episode 2. Nyumba ya CS wa... Juma ni CS wa wapi pale?
Ni CS kutoka Kilifi, ni CS wa gender and something.
Okay. Nyumba yake pia was ready. These are people who are given state security. And the way this thing happened, I mean, for lack of a better word, it was so much choreographed and it was an instant job. Siku gani ile yenye mlango hajafungwa ati ndipo wezi wanakuja, and then it was a new resident, baada kwa deployed security agencies. So there's something that is happening, but
it is not sitting right.
Yeah.
So basically, Sharon,
and just before we go, and that's the reason why we're asking: does the government know its direction? Where are we headed?
You want my answer to that?
No. Let's discuss about it.
First of all, let me answer. I do not think this government has any directions. I do not think they do. First of all, Sharon, the real issues we have is mwananchi hawezi afford maisha ya Kenya.
Hata kulipa karo ya shule.
Hata rent saizi imekataa. Not because of anything else. It is because the life we are living is too expensive. A life people used to afford, now they cannot afford. There is school fees, there is food. Sharon, once you mess up with food, you mess up with everything.
And as well, if you mess up with education, you mess up with the entire country.
The entire country.
Yeah, because now we're being told as well that campus fee is moving from 16,000 to 52,000.
52,000 shillings.
That is triple.
So the institutions that are supposed to give us, I know education is very expensive, but the kind of education we need right now, Kenya is still a third world country.
We are.
You should be strengthening education, and education is the only thing that will get us out of this mud. You understand?
I get you.
It is the only thing that will get us out of this mud. We have politicians in parliament, Bonasharon, who do not know their mandate in that house.
They were elected.
They were elected because of popularity. It is the same thing. What do you call it? The social what? The social mandate. It's the social mandate.
Oh yeah, the social mandate.
Yes.
The presidency as a unit, as a function, is losing its social mandate.
Actually, I'm talking about the parliament right now. The reason why we do not have proper laws, Sharia's laws, it is because we place people in parliament who do not know what they're doing there. You get? People will go back to Mashinani, to the same constituencies that they represent, but they do not know how to pick those things, those micro things, bring them to the parliament and enforce them, place them into law. That is their work. You understand? They do not know how to do that. And if we weaken our education, Bonasharon, the world is moving very fast.
Yeah, and we are not being waited for.
And we are not being waited for.
People are moving to
directions.
Status.
You get? That is why you will find a Chinaman coming into this country and giving us products way below the amount. China shangalia kaona, these people, first of all, they are being exploited. And if I go set up shop there, trust me, I'll make money more than the people already who are there. We have people who are dealing with the same products that were being sold by that Chinaman. But sitasema because of lack of knowledge. But you'd rather sit with your karai that you're selling at 1,000 bob instead of selling that karai at 100 shillings and you're still going to make profit. But you'd rather sit with that karai for a whole year, waiting for a profit margin of 900 Kenya shillings on top of what you should be making. You get? So this Chinaman comes with a bit of knowledge and knows, if I make 10 shillings out of this, at the end of the day, I'm going to make 10 million Kenya shillings. It is on record saying that the shop was making 10 million Kenya shillings a day.
On a good day, they could sell up to 10 million Kenya shillings. 10 million Kenya shillings. But you see, now, there is the question that I was actually, again, putting across. What's the fuss about this China Square? Because one, this hall has been, just before I continue, I remember seeing a friend of mine, he's in Migori, asking, hacha niache kujidanganya. Hii China Square ni nini? It's been all over. Kelele. Hii China Square ni nini? Now, China Square is located in the Unicity of Kenyatta University.
It is right next to the morgue, to the Kenyatta University morgue. There's a petrol station there, and then there's a mall that was set up there. No, this is
now. Just before I forget,
yes,
this mall has been very dormant. It has never had any occupancy or any tenancy for the longest time ever.
Yes.
Now this Chinese, huyu ndugu Jackie Chan akakuja, ameweka duka hapo. And you know,
it was not magic by the way. I know Chinese are very tech people, are very genius on this. But he did not, hakufanya Adabra ikakuja with a day. This shop ilidevelopiwa with the time.
Yeah.
Na akitake the proper channels, the government normally insists that you take proper channels. So each and every license he got from the government.
The same government is in Mgonga.
The same trade ministry. Don't forget. They gave him the licenses. He did a proposal, so he told them what he's coming to do in Kenya. He brought those items through the channels, the government, through the customs, the government, so they knew the products that were coming to this country. He opened the shop. He got staff, and he went through the whole HR process of hiring people. And he made profits for about a few days before they shut him down.
Yeah. For how long has he been operating?
I
A
think
month or
it's
so?
I think so. I don't think it's
But
a
now you
month.
see, however much anapata kugongo from all sides, from government, from the business community of Nairobi.
Yes.
How many business opportunities have come up? I'm told there's a banking hall that has been opened there.
Exactly.
Uber is doing very well. Even the public
bodas.
service, these matatus.
Yes.
Maze, people are really queuing kwenda inaitwa China Square.
There's a petrol station that is right next to the mall that I think is a parastatal petrol station. It's one of the government. The government owns most of the shares in that petrol station. I think it's National Oil.
No, national
Right next to it.
for the government.
Yes, I think the petrol station was almost dying. So I think it is going to revive.
Yeah, because Uber inapitia hapo,
Inapitia hapo.
public serving vehicles inapitia hapo, and there are other very many small business opportunities that zime sprout hapo kwa sababu ya the China Square. And now today when we were passing through town, there were the business community of Nairobi.
Yes.
You saw what was happening along Moyavi, not Moyavi, but Harambee Avenue.
And those are shareholders,
Yeah.
just to put across.
Yeah, this you are people. These are the shareholders.
Yes.
Now, my big question is, they were rioting, making noise that there's an unfair in business, the business arena, because this guy is selling way much cheaper than them. And just the other day, I think somebody was telling me that alienda Kamkunji. You see these cooking pots that, sorry, I had to mention something to do with the cooking. I love the kitchen,
I know.
These cooking pots zinakuja in series. At Kamkunji, one retails at around 9,500.
Exactly.
The same cooking pot, even with a better quality, kule China Square goes for 2,000 bob. I mean, even when I was listening to one of the radio stations yesterday, they were asking, I mean, why do you want to make a quick kill from only one customer? Unataka kugonga customer moja with a profit margin of 2,000. Utauza hiyo moja kwa wiki mzima. Why don't you just try and make sure that hata ukipata mia ukipata mara 1,000 kwa siku ni pesa ngapi?
Mingi sana.
Yeah. So I think there's too much into this that maybe we are not we are not seeing, because when these are the business community were rioting, going to Harambee House, which is the president's office, and then we have the CS, Mr. Mheshimiwa Moses Kuria, behind all this. I mean, so are we rioting that Moses Kuria has told the business community to riot, or are we rioting that there is an even play in the business arena? Because now it's like the government inciting its people.
You see, Bwana Sharon, and I will say this again. I believe there's a diversion that is trying to be made.
Yeah.
So people can forget their hunger.
Yeah, and all the taxes and all
Exactly.
the cost of living that is skyrocketing.
Exactly.
Si ndio, kwa sababu tulikuwa nasema kulikuwa na season 1, episode 1.
Yes.
Musalia Zao. Season 1, episode 2.
I think the first season did not sell as well. So a new series was improvised,
Yeah.
and it seems to be selling quite well. Because you see, it is funny because the same thing that these people are rioting about, it is the same thing that the opposition leader is making demonstration against. You get?
So we fail to understand. I mean, who is fooling who?
You get? It is the same issues. It is only that one is wrapped with a gift package that is more maybe more presentable to its people. The other one is wrapped in not in a gift package. Maybe in a patiano tu hivo. You get? So the same issues that are happening in town as we speak, there are riots there, the demonstrations there. It is the same things that the opposition leader is demonstrating against. You get?
Yeah.
So this is my point, Bwana Sharon. It is not the first Chinese man to set up camp in Kenya. He is not the first Chinese person to set up camp in Kenya. My friend, have you been to Kamukunji of late?
There's a time there was a Chinese who was even selling nini. Alikuwa anauza mahindi choma Githurai.
Umeingia Luthuli?
Luthuli ni hao wote.
Umeingia? Do you know people from Mashinani, from where I come from? There's a guy I know who sells electronics. He will not go to these warriors and what do you call them? The people in Luthuli. There's a building called Electricity House in town.
I know it.
So they go directly to the Chinese person and get them at wholesale. So what I'm saying is this is not the first Chinese man to set up camp in Kenya. So let us not fool ourselves. This is not the first Chinese man to set up camp here. And he's not going to be the last one. The only thing that is very questioning, that I'm questioning is, why did this Chinese man come and set up such a big establishment? Then he's walking away without a fight. Because this is a diplomatic issue. This is a diplomatic issue. Yeah, this is not even a business issue. This is a diplomatic issue. This is not someone who hijacked anybody's property. This is someone who came strategically, went to a very deserted mall, set up shop with large amount of money, bought all those KERA stickers that the president was talking about to Jews that are not moving. I believe he bought quite a number of them. Yeah, you get? So you saw when the new KERA boss was being enacted, the president said that we are not selling enough KERA stickers. This is someone who bought millions of these stickers, I believe.
And now here he is being battled.
Now he bought all these stickers and they are just mounted in that shop. They are not moving. The money is not coming back to the government. Nobody is buying those items at affordable amounts.
And now you see when all this is happening, we have the consumer right. However much now, these are the business community are fighting for their rights. Wanataka bei za vitu ziende juu. We as the consumer, the end users and the end buyers of these products, are they thinking about our rights? Because honestly, and we even talked about it the other time, that the dynasty the doors have again been opened so that they can import from outside, tax-free, duty-free. So a scenario that you brought on the table was, there's this person who is selling this thing at the same commodity at 10 bob. There's another person selling at 2 bob. Me as a consumer, with these very hard times, economic hard times, where will I go?
Bwana Sharon, this is why I'm saying we are being served drama that popcorn is needed. This is drama. This is drama.
Tutafute popcorn na Coke.
Ini kipindi tunapatiwa. The CS is on record saying that he's going to import goods from outside to come and fit the consumer's preference. Sindio? You see, in government, when you have to shift cost of revenue, you need to show where that revenue is going to compensate it from. You get? Yeah. So basically, if you're going to import stuff duty free, then you need to tell the tax collector where are we going to compensate this amount. You get? Yes. So this burden is not going away. It will be shifted to somewhere else. So if the CS was willing to shift costs of the revenue that is going to come and benefit us so we can be able to pay school fees, so roads can be built. And here we have someone who's not being given a duty-free expressway to this country. Amekuja na bidhaa zake. Amenunua KRA stickers. Amelipa customs. So basically hakuna step ameruka. na hakuna cost ametuwekelea extra, lakini anakuja kuuza hizi vitu at affordable amounts
kwa bei ya bwana nchi.
You get? So this was supposed to be a win even for the CS, because the CS was going to give a way of importing. He was going to give duty-free importation to goods into this country. So whereby amounts that would have been collected by customs was not going to be collected. That money was going to be shifted elsewhere. Mungalipia tu na VAT ama elsewhere. Mungalipia tu. You get?
Yeah.
Now here is one person who's not making any corners. He's going through the right channels. Analipa customs, analipa nunua stickers zenye tunaambiwa hazimove, ashazinunua na mingi kwanza. So this should have been a win for the government. You get?
Actually, they ought to have encouraged him to even open
more stores.
Yeah, because actually I'm seeing here online tayari Felix Bosucheng, you're a very good friend.
Yes.
Anasema bwana, let him go and open a base in Homa Bay bwana. We need employment.
Exactly. So this is someone that was going to solve multiple issues. He was going to solve the issues of unemployment in this country. He was going to solve the issue of high cost of living, because I understand this unemployment and the cost of living, because I understand this guy used to sell these products at a very affordable prices. So basically we have one issue that on the same month, don't forget, whereby the this CS needs popcorn kumuona. The CS says anakashifu the Kenya Association of Importers, manufacturers,
but we tuned
anawakashifu that they are importing too much. On the same month of love, anashift course, anasema he's going to give people that bend ya kuleta vitu duty free because to tackle this issue of high cost of living in this country. On the same month of love, 28 days, the shortest month in this in the entire world, says that the person who has solved all these issues needs to be shut down because
that's why we came up with this question of does the government really knows the direction it's taking? And there's a soundbite I wanted us to play. After that, we can tackle on that just a little bit. Then we can move to the other topic of discussion.
Okay.
In the meantime, I would like to say karibuni sana. I can see Caroline Labuya and Lydia Nyarige, a very good friend of mine in Thika. Thank you so much. Javan, you're a very good friend.
Yes.
Amesema tukumita na SP bana. He's tuned in. Tunasema
mwambie nataka nyama.
Tunasema shukran sana. And then Anna Alwoch Oyugi, there's something that she's pointed out. I think we'll have to check out this with the director. She says SP when the focus group write up comes up, I think there's a little twitch on something that I think maybe we need to check up with the director.
Okay, the first part.
Yeah, when we're just starting the show. Okay. So if you allow me, Mr. Tuku, let me play this sound bite. There's some little guy, some gentleman that I won't say that he really ranted, but jamaa alisema mapointi zingine za nguvu sana. Yeah, we can play it so that we can pick a few topics there, subtopics there, and then we proceed to the next.
Okay.
And your crew. Wasaskuria kuna kitu inaitwa virtual signaling. Tunajua virtual signaling ni nini? Virtual signaling wadau ni wakati unaona mtu ananyongwa pale, mtu anauliwa pale for a long time. Wewe unaona tu. Alafu after some time unakuja unajifanya venye wewe ni hero. Watu wamepata ma crowd, unapo unajifanya wewe ni Captain Savior ho. Wewe ni Captain Savior America. Wewe ukikuwa unamwambia Chinese ati Chinese wamekuja kutengeneza retail shop. Before Chinese watengeneza hiyo retail shop walikuwa wamepita mahali kuna KRA. Wakapewa KRA pin, wakapita mahali kuna kanju, wakapewa business permit, wakapita mahali kuna watu wa fire, wakapewa fire certificate, wakapewa hizo vitu zote, wakapewa branding certificate. Alafu unakuja baadaye kutuambia tunajua kuna venye sahi.
the very same thing that you're talking about.
Yes.
KRA, I'll proceed.
Okay.
KRA amepita mpaka kwa kanjo mpaka patiwa fire extinguisher.
Yes.
Meaning this is a very legitimate business that is going on. Okay, we can proceed.
Ai, tumeona mambo ni Simba Fiti, their pricing inapika ma retailers. Mlikuanga wapi? Walipita katikati yenye. Wewe tuambie either virtue signaling ama umenyimwa kiroma.
Kiroma ni nini?
Kiroma ni chakula.
Sasa CS kuna vile alipigwa chenga. Aliambiwa tutakupatia siagi kidogo lakini haikufika.
I think mpira ilipita katikati.
Ni mwakiroma bro. Wazi kuja kuniambia ati hawa Chinese all of a sudden wamefanya. You're playing with our mentality. Mcheza na akili zetu. Sisi wote si wa UDA. Watu wengine tunatumianga akili. Hey bramanzi. What are you telling us?
Kumanisha just extracting from what you said. What were UDA our to me.
Usitusi shareholders bwana. Usitusi shareholders.
Sio mimi.
Our manufacturers, the manufacturers we are having here are running in a way. Why haven't you helped them? The manufacturers we are having here, India, watu domestic manufacturers. Mwasaidia na nini? Si watu wanaenda TZ na UG, wafu wanatuletea products. What are you telling us, mzito? Nini maana? Alafu, you're giving us this illusion that you have retail protection. You're protecting our retailers. What about consumer protection? What about consumer? Who is in charge of consumer protection? Who does consumer protection? Watu babaka kama wajinga sana nyinyi. You guys, you are...
Before we proceed,
yes.
the very same question I was trying to bring on board. They are fighting for retail protection. Now these are the Nairobi business community.
Yes.
Who is protecting the consumer?
The consumers.
Manake, just to take you back a little, the idea of the same commodity, somebody is selling it at 1,000 shillings. And we put a party in 200.
Yes.
I asked you a question, you didn't respond. Keep it. We are coming back.
You're playing with our balls, bana. You're playing with our balls, bwana. Ati Moses Kuria, you are going to support manufacturers. Which manufacturers are you going to help? What about the ones that we have local here? What have you done to them? Sema umenyimwa kiroma, bro. Umenyimwa kiroma. Ati you are going to help ati wanachapa local industries. Pombe make sure pombe zetu za huku pombe muratina mtu hawezi pika. Mlizipika na zenyu za nje. Sasa why are you pretending like you don't know this? This is not new. What are you covering? Kenya is wrong.
The very, very question you bring on board.
Yes.
When you're mentioning season 1, episode 1
yes.
of Musalia's home,
yes.
and then CS Juma's home.
Yes.
I mean, what is the government trying to cover?
Sharon, you showed us last week. Was it last week or last week? But one. You showed us a picture of one of the high civil servants coming back to office, Mr. Kenyo. You see, the reason why we're seeing the same people they used to call bureaucrats being set up back into the same offices they occupied through a regime that is presumed to be very dangerous and very bad. It is because now the people that were making noise now are in office. And now they have to deliver for people. You get?
I'm getting.
And now the talk of Uhuru is bad, Raila is bad, is not feeding people. And we are way past that now. Dilapidated government's talk cannot cannot satisfy people anymore. Now they are in office and they have to deliver.
And
now they've realized that running a government is not running China Square.
Yeah, it is not just a walk in the park.
It is a bit complex than that.
Now, you can hold on that a little bit. I want us to go to, I don't know whether to play the sound bit first, or I can introduce this topic, because here, China Square, haitaisha imegusia pale pengi sana, especially now. Even this dude is mentioning that the manufacturers are running away. Wanaenda ku build up factories and manufacturing and production plants in Tanzania and the neighboring countries.
Just as we went this is what I'm going to say. What this Chinaman came and did to this country is solving so many problems that this country is facing. The same pledges, and it is very good that most of these people are telling us point blank to our faces. The other day, David Ndii is on record saying, if you cared to read our pledges, so please, we know.
The manifesto.
Their manifesto, their pledges, that is. We know you do not have to plaster it to our faces. The deputy president is on record saying that the shareholders will feed fast. But this is what I'm saying.
With the director.
Okay, the first part.
Yeah, wait.
This is what I'm saying. Even with the shareholders getting their share fast, trust me, even me as a shareholder, me from Laikipia who voted for William Ruto is suffering in the mix. You get?
The wavelength of suffering is spread evenly across everybody.
Me buying salt at 25 shillings. It's the same amount that SP is buying, who's a non-shareholder is buying the same salt at 25 shillings.
And I know it pinches you more as a shareholder.
As a shareholder, knowing that I was told that my fair share is coming. You get? But I'm sharing the no share, the pain with SP. You get? So the point should be home that this Chinaman is solving so many problems. Let him go set up shop in Nakuru. Let him go set up shop in Nanyuki. Let him go set up shop in Kajiado. Let him set up shop everywhere in this country. He's going to improve employment. He's going to improve cost of living. And once we are back on track, you can chase him back to wherever he came from.
Not even actually chasing him back, but I really understand what you're saying. Once he's established these things, and they are now flowing well, he can relinquish all the mandate of now running these businesses to Kenyans.
Exactly.
Amekuja amefanya yake, amepata back his the starting capital.
Yes.
So he can go back and let Kenyans continue the lives.
And
so
the reason, let me finish. And the reason I'm saying is SP, this is a diplomatic issue. And this is why we are not seeing the Chinese embassy that is here, Hurlingham, ikipiga kelele, is something I do not understand. Why? If you see, if a Kenyan person went to China and set up shop through the right channels, the same way this guy has come and set up shop here, he's 37 years old. If Chinese denied any Kenyan running a business in China, Guangzhou, or wherever else, if they denied that person, closed his shop, we would see some diplomatic issues rolling all over.
Yeah, and
but we are not seeing any issues.
Everything has just gone under the carpet.
That is why I'm saying, Kenyans, relax, tusikue na wasiwasi. Huu ni mtu aliambiwa tu come set up shop hapa, piga biashara a few days, then tutakwambia urudi kwenu, people will talk about it and people will forget about the hunger.
Diversion tactics.
Yes. So it's either that or the CS is taking a very dangerous position, because once we start kunyang'anya watu their private property, because this is private property. This, however much this is a Chinese person, it is still a private property. Huyu mtu hakuibia mtu kitu.
Set up to business.
Set up biashara na alipatiwa license na hii serikali. Moving on to your question.
Actually, not even a question, but now I want to play a soundbite here, and there's something that I would like us now to get in. But now, before we do that, I'd like to remind people to follow us on our YouTube channel. That is Sharon Paul Media and Thuku Mwira Thuku, and pale kwenye Facebook mtupale katika Sharon Paul SP and Thuku Mwira Thuku. The comments that are coming in, we really appreciate. We'd like to get to know which nilisema trajectory. Unajua kizungu bana, kizungu ni tamu sana.
Kizungu inaleta shida.
Ule mkondo ambao mngependa tuchukue dakika 20 imebaki tugonge ndani ya saa 9 za saizi ni alasiri ama saizi ni jioni.
Buda Kiswahili usiniulize. Kwa nini unataka kunitesa?
Now, you can blast the volume a little so that I can see whether we can hear this.
Okay.
It should be played.
A dilapidated economy that is facing almost an economic shutdown. We have a 10 trillion public debt. 6 million Kenyans have no employment. 14 million Kenyans are in CRB. We have a demoralized public service.
Hapo kwa CRB hata wewe uko najua.
Hebu unaweza rudia
It is
kidogo.
your prayers
Rudia tu kidogo. Please, we need to hear this again.
that will help.
And please, could you tell us, when was this?
This was the day that the president and his deputy were being inaugurated pale katika Kasarani.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Of our president.
just pull down the volume a little bit. I should get back to the very minutes of it. Okay, that was kidogo tu hali ya mitambo mazim. I can get it a few seconds backwards, but
Okay.
it's good.
No
You can,
problem.
Of this great republic.
shareholders on a premium.
Our new president
Ingawa sisi tukipiga
and his team have a difficult task ahead. The truth of the matter is that we have inherited a dilapidated economy
pause on that.
that is facing
Now, before you talk, I was introducing a topic on this. This government promised us no extra chairs, offices will be added. That was very, very clear during their campaign period. But now, the State House, the Deputy President's budget, all have doubled up to a limit that we feel that it is an insult and an injury to the taxpayer. Just the other day, Musalia Mudavadi, third in command, was launching Office of the Spouse to the Prime Cabinet Secretary. That is his spouse's office.
Yes.
Then the other day also, the three principals. Actually, we even discussed this. Their budget for running the offices waliongeza from I think from some is it billion to trillion, not million to billion.
It's million to billion.
Billion to billion.
Yes.
But they are huge billions.
Yes.
I think we should get those statistics well so that we can share the very, very figures with the people.
Yes.
Now, coming to you, we inherit a very dilapidated government.
Ni kizungu ya Gachagua.
And ndio hii tena tunaona maofisi zinaongezwa, vyeo vinaongezwa. Musalia Mudavadi's position.
Yes.
It's to my best understanding, it's a ceremonial. It's just a ceremonial position. I mean,
Yes.
It's not even there. It's not. Andikwa popote ndani ya katiba. Please take this over.
You see, we had noise from left, right, and center when people thought Raila was going to win elections, and Kalonzo was going to be given, sijui alikuwa anaambiwa atapatiwa nini.
Yeah, see, that was during now.
The campaign mode now.
Yeah, the campaign mode, and then they were trying to do away with the positions that were to be brought with
Yes.
the BBI.
Yes.
Yeah, but now here they are the ones who are actually actualizing BBI.
On an interview we did with Mr. Mark Bichache, I told people, and Mark told people, BBI is not going anywhere. It is going to come back wrapped up in a different gift hamper. You get? I do not understand why we need to be setting our spouses' offices. You get?
Sorry to cut you. Running these offices, they say it's on voluntary. Okay, it's voluntary, yes.
Yes.
But where are they getting the funds? I can see Ruto's daughter running up and down.
Yes.
Hizi pesa zinatoka wapi?
This is my point. When you're running an office, when the spouse, however much, is volunteering to do this and is not getting anything, simply because they're not getting anything as kickback, as a salary or something, does not mean that the office is running for free. This office will need staff. This office will need money to run it. This office will have vehicles that will be fueled by the taxpayers. This office will need secretaries and other support staff and all that. You get my point?
Yeah.
It is in the same manifestos that we saw, not even manifesto, campaign pledges that were made that no extra burden is going to be put on the taxpayers. You get? Because BBI was bringing extra chairs to the table. It was inviting some other VTs so people can feel inclusified in the government.
Exactly.
You see, the VTs we have within this country is that SP in Homa Bay hakupata kitu. You get? But somewhere in Kakamega kuna viti zilipatianwa, in Central, in Turkana, you get my point? That is why BBI was bringing multiple executive VTs so people can feel, every community can feel inclusified. You get? Yes. Now we are inclusifying families, not even communities.
Spouses.
So now
spouses and children. So now this is this is inclusifying families. You get my point? This is bringing families to the table. It is not bringing now communities to the table. Rand buy taxpayers' money. Money we say we do not have. You get? They said they got 90 million shillings in the government account.
In the government account.
Yeah, and I was made to understand that government and Nanga account.
But it is good at least. The 90 million is enough to be shared among 50 million people through Hustler Fund. It's only 500 shillings, so you get my point. So, Mr. Sharon, this is my point. This is my point, Mr. Sharon.
Yes, please.
If we do not have enough money, please let's not start bringing up some other VTs that have no benefit to Mwananchi whatsoever. If you're going to bring any kitty, please introduce something that is going to be of substance to the Mwananchi. You get?
And beneficial to
the Mwananchi. Bringing in spouse and children to the table does not benefit Mwananchi in whatever capacity. You get? Yeah. If you're going to bring another maybe seat that is called youth SME, that is more appropriate. It is even making more sense than bringing this spouse thing.
Even the Nairobi business community,
we would have someone to represent them on that. You get?
Yeah.
Bringing in extra chairs does not benefit Mwananchi in any way. Yes.
Now, as we continue pondering about this, there's a story I also came about. It popped somewhere. We hadn't shared it with the director, so he can't bring it up.
Okay.
Kuna hii story ya huyu MC ambaye anaitwa Evans Nyaoga Rambeka. Anaambiwa arudishe salary ya 38 months.
Kwa nini?
Alipatwa kama is guilty of forging employment documents.
This is 6 months after election.
And brings in the question of nani analala kazini.
Who is on task to vet these people?
Is it not the IEBC?
Oh, in the Misties?
Yeah.
I wonder why Raila is not he's not on this vehicle, because if this can be missed, what else was missed? Anyway.
Actually, let me just read it, verbatim the way it is. Liar, pants on fire. Court asks MCA Evans Nyaoga Rambeka to return 38 months' salary. He was found guilty of forging employment documents, and this was in Kisii County Ward. He's a Kisii County Ward representative. Okay. He's supposed to pay a total of 3.16 million Kenyan monies.
That is salary he got. Yeah. He's supposed to give it back to the government.
Yeah, nadhani ni salary plus
the
allowances na vitu vingine vingi pia that comes along with the package of being an MCA.
And you're telling me IBC is responsible for vetting these people before they get to the ballot?
Before they get to the ballot. Kabla sasa aweke placards zake na kila kitu, the campaign gear is on. I mean, they have to go through a vetting process.
Okay.
Yeah, your highest level of education. However, they did away with you must be a degree holder, you see.
Okay.
But for him to have passed this stage of vetting, ndio wacha nikuwe vetted but kuna diploma ama ni certificate ya bridging course.
Okay.
Lakini hizi zake
You had to put it very blunt. Bridging course. Haina shida. Endelea tu.
hizi zake ni forged documents. Yeah.
Forged documents. So basically, someone somewhere slept on the job.
Yeah.
And it's only being realized 6 months after elections.
Exactly.
Okay.
And
And that is MCA.
Yeah, that is an MCA.
Okay.
And I'm still trying to look for something here that I should back up that story with. But yeah, actually the question is IEBC sleeping on the job? Because this is now 6 months later.
Okay.
Did they vet any of the very many candidates?
Okay.
However, there's a time I think even Chebukati, the former, it was the chairperson of the chairperson of IEBC. Alikuwa anasema si jukumu lao kufanya vetting ya watu kuangalia the highest level of education and stuff.
Okay.
So I don't know whose mandate per se is this, but there he passed. Amekula 1 point, is it 1.03?
Amekula mishahara.
3.16 million. Hiyo ni pesa si tukipewa. Si tuta nini? Focus group
Ita grow.
We will be shooting from the sky.
Sijali. Hustler fund itafika tu.
Yeah, Hustler fund itatufikia tu, lakini sasa give it a shot before we can start winding.
Yeah. So now, there's a sound bite I would like you to play. Yeah, it's on the same inauguration day.
Okay, on the same one.
On the same where the deputy president is on record saying that they inherited a very dilapidated government. So if you can find that soundbite, I would really be of help. Because I want to connect something. I want to connect the government pledges with the China Square issue. Because you see, the China man...
I think it's up.
It's up.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is facing almost an economic shutdown.
Is it that one?
Yeah, that's it.
We have a 10 trillion public debt. 6 million Kenyans have no employment.
There.
14 million Kenyans.
6 million Kenyans have no employment.
6 million people have no employment. I would love to know, and I think we're going to do a study. I think we need to do a study tomorrow on the China Square thing. How many people were employed directly
and even indirectly by the shop that was set up. The operations of
that
China.
shop. Yes. We need to do a study on that, because if this Chinaman can afford to offload at least 100,000 of that equation, that is the 6 million. You see, no institution will employ 6 million people at a go. No place will give employment in any country, leave alone in Kenya, even in the first world countries. No institution will employ 6 million people at a go.
At once.
Yes. But if this shop was able to offload at least 100,000 of that, you get? So there were Buddha people that were getting employment from that institution. There were taxi people that were getting employment from there. There was a petrol station that have employed people that is near there. There are people selling those paper bags outside the supermarket. You get?
The matatu industry.
The matatu.
Your route was thriving.
Exactly.
Because kupeleka watu na kurudisha, I mean, that's
matatu wako na kamagera, wako na driver, wako na if the route is busy, there are 2 drivers. There are a couple of touts in that. That is employment. Kamagera is one of those people you find wanangoja matatu wakijaza matatu iende alafu wale wanajaza. So that is employment on SP.
This one matatu imeemploy zaidi ya watu 5.
More than 10 people actually. Imeemploy so many people because there is a sacco yenye inarun hiyo matatu. Hiyo sacco, if there is enough job on that route, it means the sacco will have to top up on their employment. You get? So all I'm saying is This is a pledge that was made by this government when they're getting into power.
Yeah.
And they gave us assurances that the 6 million people that are not employed will get employment. You get? Yeah. This Chinaman came and set up that shop in Thika Road and was giving employment to people. That is one equation of this very difficult math that was being solved. You get? Yeah. There was the other issue of high cost of living. If this person was selling these items at a very affordable amount, as opposed to what the community, the business community is trading their products for. You get? Then this person was solving so many issues this government needed to be solved.
Yeah, actually, even by selling those things at that lower price, some people are making business out of that.
Exactly.
There's somebody I saw talking on national TV that anaenda huko anazidunua. You know, when you have that little starting capital for a business.
Yes.
Anaenda huko even with 3,000 atanunua commodities mingi. Amenunua 100, 500, 1,000. Akirudi huko nje anaenda to a different position. A different location. Anauza.
So my question begging, who is this that is getting offended by this guy? Because the only person who would get offended is someone who's maybe making, trading on the same level as this Chinese guy.
And we don't have one.
Who knows? Maybe we should be vetting if these top official people are bringing items, the same items with this Chinese guy. You get? And so it's either that or we are being served on a very interesting kipindi that is diverting our hunger to another direction.
Exactly. That's the reason why we're asking what direction. Does the government know the direction it's taking? And what is being hidden under all these it's not coming.
Let me give you an example. Today we were in town. CBD.
As we wind.
We were in town. And there's this lot that normally sits around the Sunken Park. That is the Aga Khan Walk. There's someone there who's waiting for employment that does not even know where the transport to go home is going to come from. You get? But akiona hizo maandamano in town, ini kipindi inamuexcite. Anasahau hiyo shida. You get? Ini kipindi inamuexcite for some time. So someone who was sitting there that was going to join, what do you call him? The jamaa kutoa nguo Eric Omondi.
Eric Omondi, yeah.
Someone that was going to join Eric Omondi on
Did you have to bring it that way? He calls himself the president of comedy.
The president of comedy. But then again, you see Eric Omondi is also doing something not very good. Anunulia watu unga wanakula alafu wanaenda maandamano. Those guys walikuwa pumped. Sio kama ni pressure alikuwa ameweka kama ni unga.
Moja bwana wanaume walitapakaa.
Anatapakaa wote. So basically what I'm saying is someone that was going to join the cause for a very legitimate cause. That is the Jivanji, either the Jivanji or Kamukunji or wherever else. People that were going to mobilize and discuss substantial issues are being driven out of course by these mandamanos called the business community mandamano. As I wind out, I'm not going to come back again to this. Please, take note. When David Lee is telling you that we did not pledge to give cheaper power, it is not the government. You see, we are not in campaign mode. And that is what people are forgetting. Any government that is in power, the mandates are not enclosed or isolated to whatever you promised. If you see a child that is not going to school, simply because you did not pledge that you're going to give education to this child, does not allow you to ignore that problem. You get? So we are not going per what pledges states. We are going per what the Mwananchi needs.
Yeah, I saw Ndi saying that.
A very reckless statement.
I felt that was very, very reckless because one, hata kuambia ati ili usitumie power sana.
If you need cheaper power, expensive power will be consistent. Cheaper power will be poor.
Yeah.
Please do know. Okay.
Ni kama kusema kama unataka chakula isiishe kwa nyumba usikule.
I'm done when I speak. Take us to prayers now.
Yeah, there's a soundbite I wanted to play, but I think we can move this to the next because it's going to start up.
Just play it as we go.
A very interesting,
Yes.
discussion.
Yes.
But we can play it as
we go.
Now,
2 minutes as we go.
obviously saying he cannot do what Uhuru did because he disagreed with Uhuru with the handshake. Now, if you make Raila go to the masses, Raila thrives when he's with the people. In fact, one reason why Raila struggled in the 2022 election, because Raila was not himself. He was having this whereby Uhuru was the president. He cannot blame him because he's also in Azimio. And now that Raila is not in government and there's no handshake, Raila will thrive. And I'm telling you, the masses are going to follow him. It will become very hard. But let me put a few things to here, Doris, because this is very clear. There's what you call legal license to rule.
Exactly, that's what I wanted. Let's listen in.
Legal license to rule is whereby I've been illegally elected. But there's also called social license to rule, which is called social legitimacy. You do know that this government is slowly losing what is called the legitimacy, social legitimacy, because when people can't eat, school fees can't work, healthcare system is collapsing, economy is doing bad, the dollar is performing badly, this is losing social license. In developed countries, for example, UK, how many prime ministers have you seen resigning and leaving office? Not that they lost the legal mandate. Ruto has got the legal mandate.
Okay.
The question is, does Ruto have the social license to rule this country? But let me tell you what, Anki Doris. Legal mandate can be stolen. In fact, I can be a professor here, but you...
Did you get that? Legal mandate can be stolen.
Exactly.
That's what Raila is making noise about.
Yes.
Waliiba kuingia kule. But you can be legitimately elected na upate hiyo the legal mandate to rule a country. But
it's called social mandate.
Now the legal mandate, they are in office they were sworn, walisema wameshinda, but now the social license to rule a country. Boss kama hatuwezi kula, hatuwezi peleka watoto shule.
Yes.
I mean, afadhali tuende maandamano kila siku.
And
that's where the government is going to lose.
I keep on repeating this thing. There is a vehicle I told you that was very strong some years back.
Yeah, it's being fixed.
That vehicle went to the garage. It is being fixed. If issues are not going to be fixed, trust me, that vehicle is coming in very strong. There is something the deputy president said. The deputy president said that we should not take too keen on statements he's making, because he is only the leader of UDA and the president is the leader of the nation now. I do not know now if he's going to resign and become the party leader and give us the monies he's collected throughout the 6 months. I do not know. But here is the problem. When a shareholder, me, if I'm going to get better life and Sharon, the non-shareholder, is going to get a bad life, I have no issues with that. If you can filter that, I have no issues with that. But if each and every person is going to suffer, Bona Sharon, the shareholder and the non-shareholder, we are in the same basket.
We're all going to suffer at equal measures. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, I think we can now bring it to an end as the directors given us. Much appreciation to all our viewers who have been with us. Nimeona hapo tulikuwa na Mr. Javan Muga, very good friend of yours.
Yes.
These people have become your friends. Hata kuniliko. Mr. Felix Boss, and I could also see Arnold Watch, a very good friend of mine and a neighbor from Hobby. Yeah, there's something she told us there, and I think we can work on it as the program starts.
Yes.
So keep following us on our social media handles on Facebook. We are there at the handles of Sharon Paul SP and Tuku Vida Tuku. Leave a comment. Be part of the family. Help us know, understand where you'd like us to take these discussions to. On YouTube, mnatupata kwenye handles Tuku Vida Tuku and Sharon Paul Media. Till next time, we are bringing this to an end as at now. And Mwita, maybe a final word as the cameras go Dim.
The only final word I can say is I think we're diverting from the real issues. The real issues are the bloody beef, which, by the way, I saw the Rift. They put a stop to the bloody beef. If you're going to visit the Rift, there are some parts that you're not going to eat meat. I think the real issues are the bloody beef. The real issues are the high cost of living. The real issues are the obscene amounts that the university students are going to pay on top of what they normally pay.
16,000 to 52,000.
To 52,000 shillings.
Tripling.
Those are margins obscene. So I think those are the real issues. So this is what I'm saying. Please, if you're going to demonstrate the bloody beef to not come to Nairobi. If you're going to demonstrate on issues, on matters that is substantial enough. I understand the Shuttlex guy, that is Eric Omondi. People may not take him serious. But my friend,
let's watch him.
Tuache
hivi hoja serikalini. The government is mandated to do as it had promised during its campaign period and in its manifesto.
Yes.
We are waiting to see the prices of unga going down, life becoming affordable. Kids can go to school, and whatever we can do to bring an end to the dying people in the arid areas where the famine has really struck, and as well to bring to an end the shootings and the killings by the bandits in the Northern Corridor.
Exactly.
Till next time, this has been the Focus Group with Sharon Paul and Tukumbuita. We can have the grace.
And now may the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ
And the love of God.
and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with us now and forevermore. Amen.
See you next time.
See you next time.
Bye for now.